Are you doing what you've always dreamt of doing? Have you made attempts towards your dreams? Does what you imagined your dream to be stack up to the path you're taking to get there? These are some of the questions that I put forward that we'll answer today, that we'll take a look at, see what my opinion is on it. We'll go into that. We'll go and see some of the dreams I've set forth in my youth and the path I'm taking to try and achieve those dreams. And that's important because we don't have that much time. We don't have that much time. We got to get started. We have to get this stuff done. We have to push ourselves further. And these questions need to be asked and answered. So here we go. Let's get into it. I want to say welcome back first to the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And this one should be a lot better. I put in a lot more work, and you might see the speaker or the microphone I got. So yeah, should sound better. You might not hear that as much, hopefully. And every time I hear that, it just reminds me of Abba and Preach. Just their YouTube videos when they have the creaky floors. It always reminds me of that. It just popped in my head. Okay, so when I was a kid, I remember hanging out with my friends all the time. Two of them in particular. One of them wanted to have a podcast. And I was always down. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And the image in my head always popped. Us three in a room, table right in front of us. We're just going at it, chopping it up, doing whatever it may be. Funny, some serious topics, whatever it may be. And I always wanted to do that, a podcast. When with my roommate, we wanted to do a podcast too. Always, but I never really got it started. There was one time with my buddy, Damian Land, we did a podcast together, but never uploaded it. So the question comes to my mind, are you doing what you always wanted to do? And I'm happy now I'm doing that. Many things I've said before I wanted to do. And I gotta get started now, because time will run out for all of us. We'll think, I remember listening to someone, we have all this time. We think as we're young, we have all this time. No, we gotta get started now. Today's the day. Tomorrow will come and it will fade faster than you even realize come 10 years down the line. So here I am. I'm getting started. And I just wanted to pose that question to all of us, because we got to get it done and do it. It's so true. There's many other stories too. One more about with my sister, because I'm fat right now, but as a kid I was fat too. And my sister, it always stuck with me when I was a kid. She said, I see it. I see him in high school. He's gonna be fit and strong and all that. And there was a period in high school where I did do that. I got strong. I lost a lot of weight. I got to 180 pounds, and I was benching 265 was my one rep max, or 295, somewhere around there, one rep max. I was able to do the 90s pretty easy for the dumbbells. That time happened. And I remember her telling me that will happen. And I had to believe it, and I had to do it. So I ended up doing it. And there's something key in this too that we need to see. Does it stack up? So that those two images I've had, does it stack up to what we dreamt of? Okay, so what I mean by that is the podcast I imagine doing with my friends. I just imagine all the time we'll be having a great time chopping it up, and it's definitely very different from how the process really is to get to that point. Even just me now, so I'm doing the podcast. I always wanted to do a podcast, but this whole day I was waiting. I don't want to do it. Oh, I don't know what to do it on. Let me write some more. Let me try and think of a better script. And it's tough. It's a tough process. We all know that. And we disconnect that image, that end goal from the beginning with the 0 viewers or a couple viewers here and there, with we're just doing this all out of pocket, which for me is fine. I don't really plan to ever get money off this to an extent, but it's all out of pocket, all just ourselves. We put in that work. We have to actually sit down, write the script, think of the idea, think of what we're gonna speak about. And we disconnect because we just see it. I just see Joe Rogan podcast. I just see it. He's there. He's in this awesome room, this cool environment with his buddies, and it just seems everything flows perfectly. It's like he was made for that. And the truth is, he worked up to that. He worked up to being the best podcast. And it was a accumulation of so many skills that he pushed himself through to learn by sticking to it, really, in the end. So we can't disconnect the end goal from the starting point. And the starting point can be small. Jordan Peterson says it all the time. The starting point can be small, but that point exponentially grows. It gets bigger more you go. From that tiny point, it just leaps and leaps. They call it the Matthew principle. To who has a lot, more will be given. He who has little, that which he has will be taken from him. So you starting that tiny point, that whatever it may be, Jordan Peterson would say, clean your bedroom. I agree with that a lot. I gotta clean my bedroom though. I'm doing my laundry and all that today, but cleaning the bedroom's on the list. And clean your bedroom. Start with that. But I want to throw it to you for the goals. What's your goals? Do you know what you want? What did you always say, oh, I'm going to do? You think about it. See what that stuff is and start somewhere. Start small. Whatever it may be. it's so true when they say if it was easy, everyone would do it. And instead of everyone doing it, they all dream of it instead. I could have went my whole life dreaming of doing a podcast, getting in shape, making videos, stop consuming, giving back, doing the things I always wanted to do. I could spend my whole life dreaming of this, watching other people do it, consuming. And that could easily have happened and can still happen. But just thinking when I come to the end of it, what story, what path, what way will I be able to tell my kids or tell anyone? What will I be able to put forth at the end of my life? Oh, I just worked the 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. But doing that and not doing what you want to do, doing what you dream of doing, doesn't sound much of a life to me. It really doesn't. So here I am. I'm putting in that step, even if it's small, and we all can do that. That's the insane beauty of it, is that we can all do it. Whatever it may be, you can do it. You see someone else do it, you can do the same. We're not different to such an extent from these people. The difference is they stick to it. They started small as well, but they just stuck to it. They had that dream, and they didn't disconnect those small things from that dream. They linked it all together and saw just how connected these small things would be to get that dream. You stack and stack and stack. You do one thing, you learn a skill, it stacks. Now you're good at sales. You do another thing, you learn that skill, it stacks. Now you're good at marketing. Oh, you're good at sales and you're good at marketing? Try and sell marketing. Go on, more and more. Even with, I was nervous at the beginning of this podcast, but if I keep doing it, keep talking, keep doing what I have to do to have this podcast be better, keep jotting down notes, look at the algorithms, see how people are posting their stuff, what's a catchy thumbnail, try and get better at editing. These so many skills can stack. With just doing this podcast, I'm going to have to learn editing, speaking, script writing, and analysis, data analysis for the algorithms and all that. 4 big skills right there. And you could do so much more with those skills down the line. So that's something big that we should all know and do, that it's not disconnected. It all builds off of each other. Those small steps connect to that dream. And even though taking the small steps is tough, not easy, 100% not easy. Like I said, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So they don't. They just dream. If you stick through it to the end and keep going forward, you will have it. That's the beauty of it. It really is. That's the reality of it, in all honesty. So I want to throw that question to you. Are you doing what you always dreamt of doing? Are you doing what you said you were gonna do? And what's holding you back? whatever it is, really think about it. Is it worth it come the end of your life? Is it worth it come 15 years from now? Is it worth it come 40 years from now? Whatever time frame you have to put it, is it worth it to live your life and not do what you want to do? Ask yourself that, and let me end with this takeaway for you guys, that just don't disconnect it. The small things will stack. And this is something I have to keep telling myself, because doing it, jumping in, making podcasts, making videos, for me, I have to say this right now. And that's something that is helping me, that these things will stack up. The more I do this, the better I'll get. Same with you working out. The more I work out, the better form. I can practice more. I'll have better form. I'll be able to lift more weight. I'll be able to achieve my goals. Same thing with everything in your life. The small steps, that extra 2.5 pounds you add on each side, the small plate you add on each side of your bench will get you to that ultimate goal. Not today, not tomorrow, but you keep adding that 2.5 pounds. You will get there. You will get to that 315. You will get to that 225. You get to that 135. Whatever your goal is, that end dream, that image you have in your head of doing that weight and pushing that weight will happen. Consistency is it. Keep telling yourself that. I'm gonna. And I could see myself coming, year down the line, asking myself the same question. Because your dreams, your wants, what you desire to do changes. And come a year down the line, I could either stop all of this, doing nothing, look back with disappointment of myself, or we can look back and say, wow, you did that. Wow, he said he was going to do it and he did it. And look at where I'm at now. And that's all from what you decide to do today. So stick with it, do the right thing, and pursue your dreams. Don't let it slip. Don't let time fade. Don't get distracted so much. And pursue it. So I just want to say thank you for watching. We'll come back again next week, 100%, make another one. And we'll see what I think about for then. But for now, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I want you, stay tuned. Watch the transformation, watch the growth, and please just let it inspire you so that you do the same. Because that's the best thing for all of us. You start with yourself. I start with myself. Then we branch out to the community. We branch out to family, then community and friends. And then that's how we change the world. That's how we conquer the world. So let's do that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.